Hello my dear students, welcome again in this video. So in the earlier video we talk about different parts of plants, and here we are going to discuss about different type of roots. Okay, so already you know about the function of roots, so that one you remember. Okay, now today we were starting from taproot and fibrous root. There are some special roots are also there which we are going to discuss. So mainly, what is taproot? Taproot is the main root, and fibrous root means the group of roots which are like nearly equal size root that spread out from the stem itself. Okay, so I'm going to show you one a real life activity by using plants, so that you can see like how really it look like. So I have two plants with me, you can see. So one is having taproot, another one is having fibrous root. So first of all, I'll talk about taproot. So this one shrub I have, and here you see taproot is the main root of the plant that goes deep into the soil, and it is thick. Okay, you can see it is thick, and you can see it has many branches that are spread out. If you see closely, you can see. So taproot grows downwards, okay, and the branches, they are spread out and they hold the soil firmly so that plant can stand upright. Okay, you can see, and this one is thick than other branches. Okay, so many examples are there of taproot, like neem, peepal tree. These are having taproot. Whereas in case of fibrous root, it do not have any main root. Okay, so the fibrous root do not have main root, and also from there no branches are also there. Okay, but if you see a group of nearly equal size roots that spread out from the base of the stem in all direction, you can see. Okay, so they do not have main root, and that is why fibrous root do not go very deep inside the soil. So you can see this is a marigold plant. Okay, and in case of grass, or if you see rice, okay, wheat plant, so these are having fibrous root. Okay, so I think now it's clear to you, taproot and fibrous root. Okay, now let's discuss some special roots. We have learned that most of the plants usually have fibrous root or taproot, right? Or even in some cases, combination of both. However, in some plants, as we already learn about function of roots to absorb water and minerals from the ground, and also I told you that they help to hold the plant in the above the ground. But some other functions are also there which is done by the roots. Okay, so let's learn about them. First of all, I'll tell you about food storage roots. Okay, so food storage roots means the roots, they store food, okay, in the form of starch and carbohydrates. So as you know, from that in our body also, like we take starch and carbohydrate so that we can get energy, right? So certain plants have like enlarged roots. Okay, you can see the picture I have attached here. So you can see the parts of the root system that store large quantities of food in the form of starch or other carbohydrates. So you can see here carrot, radish, beetroot, turnip. Okay, and in your book also it is given yam. Okay, sweet potatoes. So you can see these all are what? Food storage roots. Actually they are roots which we also take as vegetable. Okay, so this storage root can be useful in the time when there is like food scarcity due to drought or any famines. Okay, that means in case of drought they will not have enough water from the soil, mineral from the soil. So in that time, if they store food, so in that time they can get food. Okay, the plants will not die then. Okay, so here you can see examples I have written. Now water storage roots. So similarly it was food storage root, and here it is water storage. That means they retain water, they store water in their roots. Okay, so generally in a dry region, the plants, the roots of the plants, they retain water. So plants in the pumpkin family, mostly they have huge water storing roots. So pumpkin family, we can say as pumpkin, watermelon, melon, squash, some of the gourds. Okay, you can see the picture. So these are called water storage roots. Now you see in your book, page number 53, propagative roots. Okay, propagative roots, you can see the picture here. Okay, so that means propagative roots that help some plants to produce more of themselves. Okay, that means from the root new plants used to grow, and that can be separated from the original plant and can grow independently. So they are called what? Propagative roots. Okay, so example here it is given: cherry tree, strawberry plants. Okay, these are good examples, and you can see the picture also. Now next is your roots of mangroves. Okay, so mangroves means mostly the plants, you can see here, watery. Okay, that means marshy area. Marshy area means watery area. Okay, so these areas have clay soil, okay, which hold a lot of water and very little air. So the place where nearby, like ponds or lake, okay, or any like where marsh are there, so in that case, like they have clay soil, and clay soil, as you know, they can hold water, they can hold more water. Okay, so these trees have roots that grown above the ground. You can see here, okay, above the ground. Okay, so water to hold the trees in place of, as well as they also allow plant to breathe. Okay, so they also called breathing roots. Okay, you can see they are above the ground, and here they can get the air properly. So that is why these mangrove roots are also called what? Breathing roots. Okay, and their roots are spongy in nature. Okay, you can see other picture also here. Next is our aerial roots. In book already pictures are given, so for your better understanding I have attached another picture. You can see, so tall trees, like trees such as banyan tree, so they have roots that grown downward from the branches. You can see in this picture, like from the branches, again the roots are coming downward, okay, towards the ground. So these are called aerial roots, and these roots are formed in the air and are not covered by the soil. Okay, so it's not important like every time it will be below the soil only. Okay, so they connect to the ground because they come downward, but some portion of the roots, that one is also above the ground. Okay, and they are formed in the air, and when they reach the ground, so they slowly they become thick, and they look like trunk of the tree, and over the years the tree become big, strong and shady with many aerial roots. Okay, so that's why we say like under the banyan tree we get cool air, shady shade we get, because that one with a lot of aerial roots they become very big, strong and big. Okay, so that's why we get shade. Now buttress root, you can see this picture. It's a very good picture to understand, and I will attach another one also. You can see, so buttressed root are generally like big roots on all side of a tall tree. Okay, one tall tree and other sides, like all over in all direction the roots are spread it. Okay, and these roots of trees that grow in areas where soil is poor. Okay, that means the soil condition is not that much good, or for that plant or for that tree how much soil is required, so that is not like properly present. So in that cases the roots used to extend themselves and in all direction to give support to the plant and allow it to take in more nutrients, because from that soil they might not get like proper nutrients. So that's why they spread over the ground, and so that from distance also they can get some nutrients from the soil. Okay, so these are called buttress roots. Okay, So I hope that you understood the root, like different type of roots, special roots, taproot and fibrous root. So in my next video I will discuss about flowering plants. Okay, I will try to show parts of flowers by doing practical, so that you can also find out different parts of flower in your home. Students, up to this much we have completed, so you read up to here, because in online class I'm going to ask you some questions on this topic, so you just read them